Hello, cats and kittens. Okay, this video is for adult GED students, speakers of ESL specifically. We are using the Kaplan Blue Book, and we are looking at interpreting nonfiction, N-O-N-F-I-C-T-I-O-N, that's writing that is actually is happening or happened, and informational text writing that gives information. The skill we're looking at is conclusions and generalizations. So let's look in what's a conclusion. So I'm reading here from the top of page 70 in this Kaplan purple blue book. I don't know if it's purple or blue, but something like that. Conclusions. A detective, that's like a police officer, a type of police officer who tries to solve a crime, draws a conclusion. Draws, D-R-A-W-S. In English, draws can mean like I'm drawing a picture. It also can mean come to. In this case, it means come to. A detective draws a conclusion when he looks, or she, looks at different pieces of evidence. Evidence is proof of something, and figures out who committed a crime. A doctor draws a conclusion when she looks at different symptoms and figures out what illness a patient has. You, as a reader, can draw a conclusion, can come to a conclusion when you take pieces of information and put them together to figure out something that the writer has not directly stated. Directly stated. Stated means to say, and if we write something, I'm saying it on the piece of paper, that means directly stated. I wrote it. But sometimes we say stuff, or writers say stuff, without actually saying it. We can figure it out from what they've said. One of those skills is called infer, which we get the word inference, which is a very important skill on the GED test. And we're going to, we'll talk about that in a second, but we've looked at that. The skill we're going to talk about today is it's similar, but somewhat different, called conclusions. That's one skill, conclusions. Conclusions, sometimes people get confused, or we question, what's the difference between a conclusion and an inference? A conclusion the difference is, a conclusion is something that happens in logical order. So, I want to apply for a job, I see it on the internet. Step 2, I send my resume. Step 3, I get a letter back. Okay, and then step 4, the letter says, we'll let you know in 10 days. What am I up to 4 or 5? I don't know. Step 5, the next step, whatever it is, they don't let me know. My conclusion is I didn't get the job. That's what the reading is here, right? That's a conclusion. It's not an inference. It's not exactly the same. An inference is figuring out something from what's stated, but it's not in a logical sequence. Okay. My eyes are a little puffy, my nose is red. You might be able to infer that I have a cold. I think I have a little cold. No, I don't think any COVID thing, but whatever. Allergies probably. Okay, so it's a little bit different. Let's look at the piece of reading that they're giving us. See what conclusions you can come to from this notice sent by an employer. Thank you, an employer, E-M-P-L-O-Y-E-R, is somebody who hires somebody. The person who works for the employer is an employee. I am a teacher. I am an employee of Dearborn Public Schools. Dearborn Public Schools is my employer. Okay, here's the reading. Thank you for sending your resume in response to our newspaper advertisement. I'm from Brooklyn, so unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I speak with a Brooklyn accent a little bit. You're gonna learn English with a Brooklyn accent. So I said advertisement. We don't say the R, and that's not good for ESL. So I'm gonna try to say advertisement. We consider our company, and especially our employees, to be the best. This is, so we always want to ask our who, what, where, when, and how questions like who's talking. Oh, thank you for sending your resume in response to our newspaper advertisement. It must be the company, somebody from the company, right? Talking. We consider our company, we know that from the word our, O-U-R. We consider our company, and especially our employees, to be the best. And we want to keep it that way. Okay. For that reason, we carefully review each resume. We carefully look at each resume that is sent to us. We want to make sure that our company and the new employee we hire are a perfect match. Okay. This process, of course, takes some time. We want to let you know that your resume, a resume is also like a CV, right, is part of this process and will be reviewed. People will look at it. It's going to take a little time, but thank you for sending it. If we feel we have an opening that matches your qualifications, we will contact you. So that's like when you get that, when you apply for a job like online, that line, if we feel we have an opening that matches your qualification, we will contact you. Usually that means like, thank you, but we're not hiring you. But who knows? Maybe sometimes they will contact after time. If you have not heard from us within 10 business days are Monday through Friday, because that's when people work. Those are considered business days. So 10 business days. If it's a Monday, here's a math problem. If it's a Monday and you get the thing that says we will let you know within 10 business days. So what's 10 business days from that Monday? Well, I don't know if let's say we include that Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, no, we don't count that. Sunday, no, we don't count that because they're weekend. Back to Monday, it's another business day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10. So the next Friday from that Monday will be 10 business days. All right. If you have not heard from us within 10 business days of the postmark of this notice, postmark is when you mail something, and these days people mailed, now everything is online, they stamp, the post office stamps the mail. That's a postmark of this notice. Be assured that we will keep your resume on file. We're not going to just rip it up and throw it out for 1 year and review it and go back to it when future openings arise. Good luck. And sometimes you get that. I don't personally in my life, I've never gotten a call back ever. I don't think when I got that kind of response, like, thank you very much. You looks good. And we're not hiring now, but maybe we'll call you. But anyway, that's the reading. Hopefully we went through most of the words and you understand. So this little question they have here, if a job applicant, somebody applying for a job, has not heard from this company 3 weeks after reading this notice, what can she conclude? What can she figure out? It's been 3 weeks. So remember, we're going to go back to the passage for a minute. It says at the end of that, sort of in the middle to the end of the second paragraph, if you have not heard from us within 10 business days of the postmark of this notice, you haven't got the job, basically, right? So if the job applicant has not heard from this company 3 weeks after reading, she can conclude, 1, the review process is taking longer than expected. No, I wouldn't conclude that. Could be true, but not based on what they said. 2, she did not get the job that she applied for. She did not get the job. Okay? Conclude. There's another example. You can go through. It tells you the answer, so you can look at it. I want to talk a little bit about the